Hey guys, Banana Luck here. Welcome back to another Watcher Realms video. This is another series for Tower Deception featuring stage 6 to stage 10, including the Hidden Chamber number 2. And we're gonna do this run free to play friendly as well. Only epic units. Gear requirements, I think 6, 7, 8, 9 is fairly okay. I think stage 10 is where things get truly challenging. If, let's say, you don't have good enough gear, that's when you can probably swap in legendaries if you have to. But without further ado, let's get into it. This stages, it mainly focuses on one thing, which is the rotation of physical and magical damage. In the earlier rounds, some units take more magic damage, some units take more physical damage, but eventually it gets to a point where it's like Gear Dungeon 2, where units only take magic damage or, only physical damage in some cases. So over here, two lanes are basically one lane. Oops, looks like I did it the wrong way. Yeah, wrong way. Supposed to go the other way. So this guy's come to the bottom, this guy's come to the top. There we go. And yeah, you don't even need defenders down at this stage. So same thing, they'll just rotate. So all you gotta figure out is where the mobs that take extra magic damage come from and where the ones that take more physical damage come from. And yeah, I'm just gonna let this auto run because yeah, that's straightforward. Don't need to do anything else. Run's taking a bit longer because I have more greed that do slows on the units that the wrong lane. Okay, that's done. Don't even need tanks, just need some control and solid damage going on. Okay, now we move on to stage 7. Pretty much the same deal, honestly. You just need to see where these units spawn from which lane. These guys are supposed to be the magic ones if I'm not wrong. I mean, to be sure, we can just here, and here will be the physical units, I believe. Just like there. The toughest stage is honestly the Hidden Chamber, because over there you get lanes of both physical and magic damage coming at the same time. So that one's slightly annoying, but still manageable. Could you place more units down here? Put an straight down too. Honestly, you're pretty much going to rely on just these 4 units for the first 4 rounds. I'm just showing you guys the placements and also what you need to do. I also didn't realize that the more skin actually changes his projectiles as well as his ultimate, which is pretty nice. So we're gonna see in a bit here if they spawn more units, how the projectile looks like. Oh, looks like they don't. This is basically, and yeah, I can't ultimate without. Never mind, we can take a look at it later again. Okay, that's done. Now we move on to stage 8, and it's the same thing again. Yeah, don't think there's much differences here. Let's confirm again. Okay, this guy's... I think we can afford to do this. So you can see at this stage, they get this glowing shield around them. That basically means that these guys only take magic damage. They have that physical shield around them. And then on the other hand, those guys that spawn at the top left-hand corner, they only take physical damage. So this one's only magic, this one's only physical. You can see actually in the manual here. Magic damage reduced by 100%, physical damage reduced by 100%. Okay, continuing on. Honestly, same thing. I'm just placing units now and waiting for the enemy to walk through. Grid is actually super strong here. So let's talk about replacements for these units. Honestly, a lot of contestants, for that matter, any AoE mage could do well here. Any multi-hit units that deal physical damage could do well here too. So for example, over here, Vienna, Valk, those are the good options for your magic damage options. Physically, Abomination, Volca, those are good options, and you get to use the Nightmare team as well. Other than that, Hatsu works great as well. Basically, any AoE healers, I think Nyx, Razak, all those are good candidates too. So it's just finding the legendary versions of those units. Now we move on to stage 9. Is this the complex one? No, not yet. Yeah, this one still spawns one on each side. So this one is immune to magic. Or rather, this one is only taking damage from magic. This one only from physical. So placement is nice enough that, they have to walk through the whole thing. And I put Iona on the left here, and then we're good. There's literally nothing else we need to do. These guys are slightly tankier. You can just pop ultimates if they're struggling. You can see the red shark that I was talking about. I didn't even realize there was an updated animation. As for example, for the grid one, I'm not sure if there's a change in animation actually, because they look quite similar. Both grids are blues, just that this one has a bit of gold accent on it. I think maybe the AoE hit is blue previously, now it's purple. I'm not sure. Okay, these guys had to walk one big round, so they're definitely gonna die. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could place a healer down. Like, that's the one thing you could do to secure the run, but it's okay. You could just place tanks here instead. This lineup has been working just fine for me, so I'm not gonna change it. So last waves for both sides. You can see these units coming in, and then yeah, they just drop the ultimates and finish them off. There we go. Very nicely done. And that's stage 9 done. I'm just gonna showcase gear here because gear will change again in stage 10 and as well as the hidden chamber. So on grid we have Soba Arcana as well as the Tear of Twilight. And then Iona, same thing as well. Soba Arcana, and then Tear of Twilight, not maxed out actually. And then we have Astrid, Soba Arcana as well, and then a Lunacy Visor. That doesn't come in as handy as it will later on, and then Maul, Soba Arcana, and a Sharpshooter Crest. So yeah, this is it up to stage 9 for gear wise. For the rest of the people, you have any tank or healer gear will just as well. So now we move on to stage 10, which is arguably the start of the complexity. So it can keep things exactly the same here. Don't have to change them. But I will show gear first. Isode right here, Unshaken Whale, Bastion Ring, Vortex with Invigoration, as well as Euphoric Orb. Astrid in the same gear you saw just moments ago. You need Lunacy Visor here, you will understand why later. Then Grid over here with all that. Hollow. And then last but not least, we have Liam. Liam is in Mana Spring and a couple of tanky gear with a lot of attack speed. And I have him on the Lifesteal artifact for a bit of sustainability. So yeah, that's the full units. We're going to go in without further ado and attempt this at maximum difficulty. Alright, so you can see right away there's a few changes. Firstly, the cost of these units have all increased. So that's actually part of his skill here. You reduce the hero deployment time by 25%, but increase the deployment cost by 3. And there's a couple other stuff that he does. He rotates between physical and magic damage. So you can only deal one kind of damage to him at any point in time. And also the fact that he has this Abyssal Breath which periodically attacks every unit on the battlefield. And then most importantly, this one. Lookwick absorbs all monsters in the adjacent area, which means you cannot let mobs get to him. And after he absorbs a certain number of monsters, he invokes a Apocalyptic Prayer, summons endless tentacles to annihilate Horde heroes. So it means that you can never let him get to this state. And his melee attacks can deal damage to targets within 9 tiles a hit. That's basically it. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to put Astrid down here facing to the right actually. And we're going to do Isode here. And yeah, it's going to start hitting Isode. That's fine. And what you want to actually do next is to put down Grid, followed with Liam. But you're going to do that side by side. You'll see what I mean later. So right now it's the physical shield. So you can do damage to him physically. So we're gonna pop the ultimate here actually because these mobs are about to come through anyways. Now bring down Grid and we'll put down Liam here as well. Is this the right placement? No, I think it's one tile more here. There we go. And next thing you need to do is to actually prop down Vortex. If not, Grid will actually die. So one good thing about this lineup with Astrid is that you see with the Lunacy Visor, you actually get some survivability. And also the fact that, it's gonna help block off the waves when they get too overwhelming. So you can see this is the tentacle thing. As long as no units go to him, you're completely fine. There we go. And this one is going to be rather close. And yeah, yeah, it's gonna cast that again. That's fine. I do think that unit actually got through. His reach looks a lot higher. So now let's pop the ultimate here. And yeah, he's gonna switch back to melee mode, which is just about time here for Astrid to deal some damage. I'm just gonna speed things up because I think this is basically this is the run. It's essential to put Liam in the Mana Spring set to generate enough poison, and most importantly, Astrid as well with the facing to the right direction. Because once you kill the boss, the wave ends. You don't have to deal with all the mobs. The mobs will just keep on coming, and you'll just get bigger and bigger. Okay, so that's done. That's clear. That's the clearance, and you can see obviously Liam doing significant amounts of damage here. Astrid as well. Astrid's damage includes the mobs as well. So that's the run for stage 10, and I already showcased the gear. So now we're gonna go back to stage the Hidden Chamber 2. So this one, a bit of changes yet again. We're gonna swap gear here. So Iona's gear, we're gonna swap it with Grid instead, because we're gonna use Aeon here actually. Because to do this strategy that I'm doing here, you need enough you need quite a bit of cost. So without the, is this correct? Aeon looks like she has a lot of BP. Okay. So what I was trying to say is that if you don't use Aeon for one of these sites here, if you use Iona, you won't have enough cost to get Greed up, and you kind of need Greed to actually think through one of the bits later. So let's get in without further ado. So very interesting mechanic here, which is that there's two Langlins over here. You have to keep them alive. If you don't keep them alive, you'll just keep taking a whopping amount of damage and just slowly die. So yeah, it's important to keep them alive. That's basically what I'm trying to say. If you play this for the first time, there'll actually be a tooltip guiding you, telling you that, you know, you need to keep him alive. Okay, so now this side is done. Pretty much settled. What we're gonna do is actually place down more and Aeon on the side here. Here we go. Actually, we could place more up top there as well. I think that could work too. Because Hollow gets healed there too. And place down Aeon next. This is why we need Aeon here, because if we don't use Aeon, if you use Iona, you won't have enough cost to get Greed back up in time later on. Next, we're going to put down Vortex just to help out with the healing on Aeon here. There we go. And last but not least is going to be Greed facing down here. So because of the two Langlins here, it seems that we can only, you know, put down so many units. In this case, we can only put down 6 units because Langlins are already included in that mix. So we're going to pop Hollows out right away, give Greed the Rage. Timing is going to be a bit sketchy here. Astrid might actually die. Yep, she dies here. That's fine. What we're going to do is we're actually going to put down Oleg to just tank through that bit. It's completely fine, because Oleg will be able to survive this assassins anyways. So now we're going to wait for Astrid to come back, obviously. And then, yeah, Aeon's going to kill off these guys. There we go. Once that's done, I'm just going to put down Astrid here to help with that. And we can pop the more ultimate here. And yeah, we're basically done with this stage. There we go. Okay, that's actually my first time clearance. I haven't cleared this yet. I've been trying multiple teams and that worked, and I decided, okay, I'm gonna hit record. So yeah, that's the run, and let's show gear as well in case you guys are curious. So Aeon, Soba Arcana, so that's a title ring. I don't know why I use this. It works anyways, and then Grid in the same Soba Arcana set, Hollow, Light's Grace, as well as Invigoration set, and Golden Scarab. Didn't use Lily, so it doesn't matter. Didn't use Isode either. We use Vortex, Invigoration, as well as a Euphoric Orb. Then Astrid in that same Soba Arcana set along with the Lunacy Visor. Oleg in a Tempered Whale. Then the North's Whale. And last but not least, we have more with Soba Arcana as well as a Sharpshooter's Crest. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Once again, like the previous day stages, 6, 7, 8, 9 is pretty straightforward. 10 and the Hidden Chamber is where things tend to get a bit tougher. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Thanks for tuning in. If you found it helpful, do leave a like or subscribe to the channel. And let me know down in the comment section if you have any questions. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.